Hey y'all, Ashes of Creations Phase 1 Alpha 2 is in full swing. We're in the seventh weekend of the testing. And let's be honest, last week, that free week that they gave us over Thanksgiving week wasn't that good. The legendary gear and the gear scaling, just in general, not just legendary, but all of the gear, kind of made the game trivial. Groups were not really communicating, not really organized. It didn't matter how organized you were because everybody just had it. Even if you didn't have legendary gear, even blue gear was ridiculously strong. And so it made the game kind of trivial and not nearly as much fun. So I'm at work today and I'm looking over the patch notes when they released the patch notes, knowing I'd be home very shortly. And I didn't see anything that really stood out to me. I saw that they were going to fix the stat scaling on the gear, but I didn't know how fixed it was going to be, and I didn't know if it was going to be retroactive, apply to the gear that was had already been crafted or dropped. So I wasn't sure about that. I did notice there were a couple of pretty cool highlights. You can there's now a friends list. And very interesting about the friends list is that you have to request to be someone's friend and then they have to approve. So you can't just friend somebody and then like track them when they're getting on and getting off and all that stuff. So it's a little strange. One of my guildmates pointed out that in Ashes of Creation, you can have non-consensual PvP, but you can't have non-consensual friends, which is pretty ridiculous and funny, but it is what it is. They changed the icons for some for some of the materials that we have in our bag, and if you haven't gone and looked, the bullywog carcass icon is hilarious looking. It's so ridiculous, it's laid out, sprawled out on his back. It's pretty great, but I came home not really expecting very much. I got in, I downloaded the game, I got to playing, and the very first thing I noticed was that my blue rarity Ruvidium Greatsword that I've been using for the last 2 weeks or so, that had 400 and I think it was 417 damage on it, now has 238. I lost almost half the damage, like a lot of the damage that is supposed to be there. My bow also lost a lot of damage. All of my armor lost a lot of protection and stats and stuff. And so I immediately went, oh, okay, that stat squish is retroactive. And it's substantial. It's really substantial. And so I was moping about it for just a minute. Okay, yeah, oh man, I'm not going to hit as hard now, and then the ramifications of it started to kind of percolate through my mind, and I started thinking about what was going on. And then I immediately noticed that back to back, there were two people spamming in global chat. One was looking for Highwayman Hills and was requesting people be level 15 or higher. And I was immediately like, wait, Highwayman Hills has been like 9 to 12, maybe 9 to 13 if you're like really trying to stretch out, what you could get out of it, what do they say, squeeze blood out of the stone kind of thing. And then immediately after that, somebody said Citadel of Steel Bloom, and they were looking for 21 plus. And I'm going, wait, what? I was in Citadel of Steel Bloom at 17. And then it started to dawn on me. People are already having to request higher levels for these grind groups because we're not just mindlessly walking through these enemies anymore because we're not all over geared. The problem is we were all over geared, big time. So that immediately got me to thinking about those first couple of weekends, the first couple of Alpha 2 Phase 1 weekends where you join a random group, and people would be like, hey, can you join our Discord? Because they wanted to actually be in communication with people because the fights were somewhat difficult-ish because, number one, we didn't all know the game. A lot of us were learning the game. And then number two, we weren't over-geared. Matter of fact, we were under-geared. And then how over time that has just turned into nothing. Nobody asks for you to be in their group. Nobody even says anything in party chat while you're in a group now. Somebody says, hey, I need somebody for, Remnants of Cephalian, and you go over there, you join the group, you don't type anything in the chat, they didn't type anything in the chat, you just follow them around, you hit what they hit and get some experience and, profit. And that's boring. It's not fun. There's a difference between boring grinding and grinding. Grinding can be fun if it's tactical, if there's something that if everybody needs to be doing the same thing or the correct thing in order for you to win. If the end of the fight isn't a foregone conclusion, grinding can be fun. But where grinding gets really boring is whenever there's the ending of the fight is a foregone conclusion. It doesn't matter. You could go AFK for 5 minutes and your group would be fine. You could run off and pull extra mobs and bring them in and your group's going to be fine. Like, it doesn't matter. It's not difficult at all. That's when grinding becomes boring, and that's not what we want. That's not what we were promised. They have been telling us for what, 6-7 years now, however long it's been, that this game is going to be a group game. It's going to be a friends game. You're going to want friends. You're going to want other people with you. So for those of us who that's what we've been anticipating for Ashes of Creation, I think we're going more in that direction. I think Intrepid is showing that they will continue to tweak things to make them be like what they promised this game would be like. I know some of you out there, there may be some of you who are like, I don't want to be in a group. I want to be by myself and just do quests and level all the way to max and not ever have to talk to anybody. And to you, I would say, World of Warcraft exists, man. The MMO that you want already exists. Go play it. The rest of us, we want a group game. We've been promised a group game, and Ashes of Creation is leaning more towards this group style game, this tactical game, this game where communication is required, which is what a lot of us have been waiting for. So I'm really excited about it. Guys, I hope you guys just love these last 2 weekends of Phase 1, because Phase 2 starts in just 2 weeks. We have this weekend and next weekend, and then Phase 2 starts. That's when they're going to add all that stuff, the node destruction, the markets, possibly freeholds, 2 more races. We've got a class coming in a couple of months after that. So it is going to be an absolute blast. I hope you guys are ready for it, and I hope you guys enjoy the crap out of these last 2 weekends in Phase 1. And that's all I got for this one, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video here real soon.